Good evening, Port Allegany fans. This is Port Allegany live stream. Port Allegany Gators versus Otto Eldred Terrors tonight. And before we get started with some of our pregame talk, we're going to turn it over to our PA announcers as we recognize a special occasion tonight.
Gentlemen, in recognition of National Down Syndrome Awareness Month, tonight we would like to honor three incredible individuals, starting with Cameron Ernst. Cameron is the son of Chris and Addie Ernst and the little brother of Andrew Ernst. Cameron is a second grader at Port Allegany Elementary School. This year, Cam participated in baseball at the coach pitch level, and he also played U8 soccer this fall. Cameron loves going on four-wheeler and side-by-side rides. Cam loves anything to do with tractors, and he is also a huge Charlie Brown and the Peanuts gang enthusiast. Cameron has many friends who love, support, and help keep him on track. Cameron is well known in the community to the point where we often refer to him as the Little Mayor of Port. Cameron is known for his big, bright smile that lights up any room he enters. We are so proud of Cameron and could not imagine life without him. Cameron Ernst. Brooke Sealander. Brooke is the daughter of Corey Sealander and Robin Osborne. She is now a fifth grader at the Port Allegany Elementary School and is soon to celebrate her 11th birthday. She is a junior Girl Scout and takes piano lessons. Brooke loves to camp and go for buggy rides. Brooke is such a happy girl, a great friend to her peers, and her smile is contagious. She is blessed to have the love and support of her stepmom, Missy, and stepdad, Travis, her brother and sisters, grandparents, and this wonderful community. We are all so proud of you, Brooke. Brooke Sealander. Ray Fox. Ray is the son of Stanley and Tammy Fox. Ray graduated high school from Port Allegany High School last spring. He enjoys riding four-wheelers, hunting, riding horses, and playing with Nerf guns. We are all so proud of you, Ray. Ray Fox.
Okay, we're back here in Port Allegany. This is the Gators take on Otto Eldred Terrors in the last game of the regular season. Carrie, thank you again for being here tonight. I'm Doug Archer. I'm here with Carrie Hover, who's going to do some of our color. He's going to cover the Eldred team tonight and kind of give us the breakdown on them. And before we do that, I want to thank Dan Funk and Dave Bartlett for the computer end and the camera end of this streaming. And we appreciate everybody that's out there watching. We're watching the numbers grow as we get closer to kickoff. Appreciate the support in town. It's been a great thing for the community. Kerry?
Yeah, Doug, my name is Kerry Hover. Happy to be here with you. Reached out to assistant coach Josh Rounsville from Otto Eldred to get the scoop on Eldred. Throwing the ball tonight is number 1, sophomore Shane McGee. This is his first year as a starter for the Terrors. He's been a quarterback all the way up through, but this is his first shot, in the starting role on the varsity level. Running the ball, we're going to see number 11 Hunter App, a junior. Number 30 Jaden Prince, also a junior. You're going to see a little bit of a trend here with the junior class. Wide receivers, we're going to see number 3 Rasheen Thomas, number 2 Manning Splain. And number 4, Davey Shenfield. They're all juniors. I asked Coach, what linemen, stand out for you? He immediately highlighted number 78, Brax Caldwell, a senior, and number 64, Charlie Minard, a junior. Defensively, I asked Coach, I said, whose name are we going to be calling the most? He said definitely number 78, Brax Caldwell. Otto Eldred, we don't see them because, really up to this point because they're in Region 3. Port Allegany's in Region 2. The only common opponent we had was Cameron County. Port Allegany defeated Cameron County at Cameron County 37-0. Last week, Otto Eldred fell 38-8 to the Red Raiders. Otto Eldred is a pass-heavy team. There's a lot of athletic kids out here. Doug, you and I know a lot of these kids from watching basketball. So there's some athletes out here. It's going to be an interesting contrast in styles. Otto Eldred's going to pass the ball. They are susceptible to the run, which is exactly what Port Allegany wants to hear. We are a run-heavy team. I asked Coach lastly about playoffs. They're 6-3 coming into this game. This is going to be a tough test for them, But I said, have you guys made a decision on playoffs? And he said they really don't know at this point. They're going to see how this game goes and make a decision. So that's probably that's what we're going to see for Otto Eldred. And I'll kick it back to you.
Okay, thanks, Kerry. Yep, good points. And now for the national anthem.
Now the starting lineup for the Otto Eldred Terrors. Number 3, Racine.
Okay, Gator Nation, thanks again for tuning in. Kerry Hover here, with myself, Doug Archer. As we get ready for the game, just want to get back to a couple points Kerry made in the pregame. And Eldred, I was talking to my neighbor last year about, you know, the success the Gators team had, and he's very involved with the community, different communities of basketball and football. He follows the sports well. And we were saying, you know, we had our way with Eldred, you know, in that football game last year.
Right.
But as we were preparing for the basketball season, you know, he's shaking his head. He goes, I'm not so, you know, he wasn't so sure Pork could hang with him in basketball. And he made this point that, and you see it again this year with Eldred's team. They're a basketball group of kids that play football. And last year we were kind of a football players that also played basketball.
Sure.
And I think you'll see that with Eldred's offense, that type of skill set that you have in basketball. Oftentimes that's your wide receivers, tight ends, and quarterbacks. And that's where Eldred's strength lies. Where it doesn't help you is on that defensive end, defensive play, like you said, stopping the run. Eldred's their only chance tonight, honestly, we'll have that same quick pace offense that can score quickly like Red Bank did. You need big splash plays, as Mike Tomlin calls them. And you need to put the Gators, you got to get a lead on them early and try to get them where that run game can't get them back in time. And that's Eldred's challenge tonight. It'll be interesting to see if they can challenge our defensive backfield.
Yeah, we've seen the Gators susceptible to the short passes. Not to get the scouting report to Otto Eldred, but, you know, I'm sure they've watched some game tape, you know, running some quick screens, you know, 10 yards and in. That's where the Gators are susceptible. Manning Splain, Rasheem Thomas, we've seen them run all over the basketball court. Those guys are super athletic. If they get the ball in their hands, you know, look out. So, you know, the quicker the Gators can bottle them up at the line of scrimmage, the better. You don't want those guys running in space chasing them. So, be a good matchup.
4 minutes to kick off here. Also like to add, should be a special memorous night with both running backs, Kerry, with a chance to go over 1,000 yards. And as many people as we talk to, no one seems to know for sure if it's ever been done. So a major accomplishment quite possibly should be hit tonight by Aiden Bliss and Peyton Stiles.
Yeah, we're heading into this is week 10. Unfortunately, I started talking about it about week 5. I didn't want to jinx anything, but as it stands right now, Aiden Bliss is coming in with 969 yards rushing, 16 touchdowns. Peyton Stiles, the senior, 950 yards rushing, 13 touchdowns. Yeah, we've reached out to everybody we know. You know, Lori Chase last week, we asked her. If anybody would know, Lori would know, and you know, the best she could come up with was Blaine Moses with, I think, about 1,100 yards, Noah Archer with 900. That was obviously a tremendous team, but it's a big accomplishment to have 2 1,000-yard rushers.
And not to put last year's guys down, but that was with 3 or 4 playoff games to hit those numbers. These guys are already almost at 1,000 apiece going into the last game of the season.
Yeah.
With almost certainly a few more playoff games around the corner.
Yeah, we're hoping for 3 or more.
So Eldred set to kick off. It's a gorgeous night. It is a gorgeous night, Kerry, for football. For late October, somewhat uncommon. It's probably mid-60s at this point.
Yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful night. You know, when I dropped my son Liam off for the game, we were listening to some tunes. Ironically, our playlists are very similar, and I was fired up. I wish that I could get out there and play today, but instead we'll do this, which is the next best thing.
Eldred with the kickoff. It's a low bouncer. Gets down around the 20-yard line. Mishandled for a bit, then picked up. That's Bliss breaking tackles. He's cutting upfield, gets up past the 40 to 43-yard line.
Yeah, Aiden Bliss didn't look like he was going to do much with that, but he just shows his strength that, the first guy is going to miss. And, he took it there. He got the Gators in good field position to start 1st and 10. So we'll see if we can keep track here. We're close to 1,000, so we're going to do our best to try to get.
So is that Carter Wolf on the kickoff, I believe? Kicker, wide receiver, defensive back, senior, number 20. So Wilfong, shotgun. He's got Stiles with him. He gives it to Stiles off the right side. Stiles got a lot of room here. One good block, and Stiles is going to go the distance. Number 1's trying to run him down. Stiles just went over 1,000 yards.
Wow.
No doubt about it, Kerry. One more to go.
That's a memorable. Yeah, I guess I don't have to keep track of much. That's a
One
memorable
down.
way to go over 1,000. You know, you and I have watched a lot of games. That's a cool way to do it. Hats off to Peyton. He's been an incredible player. What an accomplishment.
Peyton's untouched. I think he's untouched for the entire run, but the one person they have a chance is the corner, and the wide receiver blocked him long enough that Peyton ran right by him. What a start.
Yeah, talking to Coach Bienkowski earlier in the season, he said, you know, they've been starting fast, including against Central Clarion. That game, you know, was close up till halftime and then went sideways. But, you know, the Gators have started fast all year long.
Gators going for 2 here. Bliss in the Wildcat. He's got a back with him. That's not sure who the back is. That wasn't Stiles. Was that Kisco? No good. It is short. I'm going to get that number.
Was that 60, Wilfong, or no?
I don't. Looking at the number, they're high-fiving him. It may have been. 60.
Okay.
Yeah, how about that? Last week, the Gators did a good job of getting their linemen in the end zone. Looks like they're going to try to get the rest of them in here at some point tonight.
Yeah, the Gators, the coaching staff's made it fun where they can, you know, allow some of these big dogs to get an opportunity at a 2-point conversion. We've seen Cole Kisco get a 2-point conversion. Man, who else do we see? We saw Braylon Button. I think Austin Freer ran it last week.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I want to see their touchdown dances too. O-line does it differently when they get in there. All right, Gators set. Should be fun kicking off here for the Gators.
So with 12-minute quarters, that's what, 23 seconds into the game. You know, that's the way you want to start a game.
It is exactly how Eldred did not want to start the game.
But Otto Eldred has a quick strike offense, so we'll see what happens here.
Manning Splain is back for Eldred, along with Sheeny Thomas, 2 of their dynamic wide receivers. Looks like Splain's going to get it on the 1 bounce. He brings it up, makes a cut, makes another cut. Splain looks good, getting up through there, makes 2 cuts, gets up past the 30, up to near to the 35. Nice vision, good run.
Yeah, like I said in the pregame, if I'm Otto Eldred, I'm doing quick screens, I'm doing bubble screens, I'm doing curls, I'm doing things like that. You know, test this, you know, young secondary for Port Allegany, you know, full of sophomores, full of freshmen. You know, it's difficult to cover guys out in space, especially when they're as athletic as these kids are.
But get rid of it quickly because that D-line is coming. Shotgun for Eldred. And, again, quick pass, like you said, just underneath. It's a positive gain for 3. Gators are saying he may have dropped that ball. Stiles does not agree.
Gain of 5, second down 5.
5 yards, that's a good. I mean, that's a good gain right there, Kerry. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, you get 5 yards every time. That's, you know, that's a good way to move down the field.
So again, Eldred shotgun. Three receivers to the left here, nearest. 2 receivers at the top. This is 5 wide. Looks underneath, comes back underneath. Middle linebacker's going to get him. They're going to have to give him forward progress there, which is out. He'll be out 3 yards short of the first.
Yeah, so it looks like the trip side here, we've got Dawson Welch, a sophomore, Hunter App, a junior, and I believe it was Davey Shenfield, a junior. You know, so not to look ahead to next year, but that's always what I do, way too early. A lot of underclassmen here for Otto Eldred, so it looks like, you know, as good of a year as they're having this year, you know, next year might even be better. So.
Yeah, I thought he looked good there. He actually looks at the screen first, whether he ever intended to go there or not, then comes back to the middle, and that kind of eye movement, the defense can't set up on that. The Gators jumped there. Miska came across. He got back, but
Yeah, and as a Gator fan, I see Sheen Thomas as part of this trip side. He is a super dynamic basketball player. I don't want to see him running out in space, so
great height too. Who's matching him? Can't tell
he's
quite yet.
right in the middle there.
Oh, yeah.
I only see Wilfong, so I don't know.
Yeah. So first down for Eldred with that offsides now. He's hit and intercepted. Yep, intercepted. He was hit as he threw. It looked like he just threw it right to the Gator that was right in front of him. I'm sure the hit is what caused that throw.
Yeah, who was that? Miska Young bearing down on him, 64?
I think after being offsides, he was going to make up for it.
That's a good way to make up for it. Tristan Kaiser catches it, leaps over a guy on the ground, and almost took it to the house there.
That's what Eldred cannot afford to do, is hang on to the ball. That was a play where he held on it. He did roll out to the right, but he has to get rid of that ball.
So it looks like Aiden Bliss is in the backfield. He is, 31 yards short, shy of 1,000?
Gators now at the 30-yard line. Nick takes the shotgun, gives it to Bliss with a solid 10-yard carry. Should be a first down.
Yeah, so we're going to try to keep track here. Hopefully we won't have to keep track for very long, but that's 10.
Yeah, they second and short.
That's 9. Okay.
Gators with the lead, 6-0, 9:27 and counting down in the first quarter. Gators looking to try to get another score here quickly. That's a fast start, no doubt about it. Now Wilfong under center. He's got both backs in the backfield. Fake pitch, inside run to Bliss, but Eldred was all over the inside run.
You know, we've talked about that play all year long. It seems like every time they've run it, it's worked. I think that's the first time I've seen that cross sweep get stopped.
I agree. The Eldred maybe did a little film work and picked up on that one, but you're right. They'd be the first team to stop that little scissors cross. Good fake by Wilfong. Nick again, under center. Inside the Bliss, carries a few guys forward. Quick little dive, he'll get the first.
We'll see where they spot the ball. I'll jot down a couple yards here and see where we're at.
Now, at some point, Carrie and I were going to discuss the playoff situation as we're in the last game of the season, and there's a lot to talk about there with all the teams that could go or may not go, so we'll get back to that. Bliss with the direct snap. He's getting around right end. Eldred carrier, number 78, got him by just got his foot. That was 78. Braxton Caldwell, that was a name that was you picked up on, Carrie, in the pregame.
Yeah, when I talked to Coach Roundsville earlier today, and hats off to him for, I texted him. He said, absolutely, give you any information you need. Asked him defensively, whose name are we going to be calling the most? And, first name he called was Brax Caldwell. So, good tackle there by Caldwell.
Gators with Kaiser outside. Otherwise, tight formation. Bliss as the Stampede quarterback and takes it right up the middle. Number 60's got a hold of him, but not after Bliss carries probably 3 yards.
Bliss on the direct snap, and that's enough for another Gator first down.
Another first down for the Gators. Some tough inside running by Aiden Bliss.
Yeah, there was a good surge there by multiple Gator linemen, pushing their guys back into, 4 or 5 yards back.
That formation really has not been stopped by any team this year, Gary. Those two linemen in the backfield. And once again, they do it again. Bliss keeps his feet and dives for the end zone.
Bliss on the carry, just short.
He's got to be just within inches of the goal line there.
Yep, so Bliss came in with 969 yards, so he was 31 yards shy of 1,000. This drive started at the 30, and I think he's had every carry, and we're down to the 1, so he can't quite get 1,000 this drive. But I suspect on the next drive we'll be celebrating that.
Bliss stays as the Wildcat. His left man, Carson Neely. He's going to break it to the left side. Got a big hole. He could walk through there, and he did. It touchdown, Aiden Bliss.
Another Gator touchdown.
That was a big hole carry.
Yeah, Carson Neely pulled around the left side. I'm just looking for somebody to hit. There was nobody to hit, and Aiden just followed him through the hole. That was a great run, great play. According to our calculations, that puts Aiden at 999 yards.
Yeah, it looks like they will go for 2 here. Right now, a tight formation. Wilfong, the quarterback and shotgun. He's got Bliss to his right. They pitch it to Styles, and he's going to walk in. Yep.
Conversion is good.
So I'll tell you another story about 999 yards. So my dad, Claire Hover, Roger Nelson, Steve McDowell, and I, we were kind of the stat crew for, I don't know, probably 10 years, mid 2000s, through the run to the Final Four. And, Coach Seth Lowry, he was a really good running back. Back to earlier in the season, we were talking about, number 44. Whoever wears number 44 is a nice, tough runner.
Yeah.
Seth Lowry was a tough runner, pretty shifty. And I remember, I think it was down in Brockway. He was stuck at 999 yards, and we thought, man, we got to get him 1,000 before this is the end of his career. And then he ended up having, I don't know, 3-4 yard run and went over 1,000. So that was exciting for him. But, he was stuck on 999 there for a minute. And Coach Lowry just popped his head in here, so he must have heard us talking about him.
They might have think he got it. But they were at the 30. Well, it depends on these stats here. But so
Yeah.
Gators ready to kick off. It is now 14 for the Gators, 0 for Eldred. It's 6:24 in the first quarter. Here's the kickoff. Nice high kick for Funk. Sheeney's going to take it this time. Long strider. It's breaking tackles. We do have a flag come in there. It's most likely a hold. Sheeney comes right up the gut. He's tackled.
Yeah, that's an opportunity for Otto Eldred to score quick. Manning Splain, Sheen Thomas back there. We've talked about them, their athleticism. That's a way that they're going to be able to make a difference in this game.
Sure, in the return game.
So I'm a little confused as far as the Gators' pass defense here, because they were trips this side, and it looked like just Wilfong was there. I mean, I didn't even see anybody over top. I mean, if I'm Otto Eldred, I run a wheel route or something, and I get out here to the sideline.
Yeah, you have basically 2 or 3 guys on offense and one on offense or one on defense. That's begging for the throw. They just.
This is the first time in school history that 2 players have done this in the same season. Congratulations to Aiden and Peyton.
So they just made the announcement, the PA announcement, that both backs went over. We were a yard off in our quick adding. Ooh, the Gators going to blitz there. Styles almost went off sides on the blitz. The Gators collapsed. Number 11.
Hunter App on the carry.
Hunter App on the carry.
Looks like number 79, Austin Freer in there.
5-yard loss on the play, 2nd down 15.
Gators bringing some hot pressure on both ends on that.
So we've talked a lot about the offensive stats, but being a former statistician, I looked at defensively. Our top 5 tacklers led by Aiden Bliss with 50, Nick Wilfong 35, Carson Neely 31, Miska Young 29, and Peyton Styles 28.
Eldred in shotgun. He's got 2 backs with him. Hands it off inside number 30 with a good run, a solid run. And he's upended by the corner, or safety. Was that Capel? It was a big-time tackle for a little guy. But a solid run for.
Yeah, pound for pound, Julian Capel's one of the toughest kids out there. I might have told this story earlier. I only have so many stories. So back coaching youth football, Julian was, he's always been a little pint-sized, and I remember he pointed right at Carson Neely, and he said, I want him in a drill. That just showed me a lot about him.
Looking at a 3rd and 9. McGee and shotgun. Again, backs on each side. Happ and Prince. They both go into the flats. They dump it down under to 11. Hunter App, but it's an overthrow.
McGee's pass intended for App is incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Eldred certainly will punt here. And if their punter is their kicker, that would be Carter Wolf. Is that number 20? It is not number 20. Try to get a number for their punter.
Is that Styles back for the Gators?
Looks like his white gloves. Oh, man, free rush. Free rush, he missed it. Ball's going to drop right around 40, Eldred's 48. But that should have been blocked, Kerry.
Yeah, Tristan Kaiser came off the edge there, and everyone's so worried about roughing the punter. I think he could have taken the ball off his foot, right out of his hand.
Gators
Wow.
start this
I'd like to see
drive
that
at their
replay.
48-yard line.
If we have time. We don't. Don't worry about it. That was crazy, though. I think his hand was still stinging. Wasn't it last week? He blocked the punt down here. Kaiser blocked him. Got it with his hand. Pretty sure it was
I
last
think you're
week.
right, yeah.
His hand's probably still sore. He's like, eh. But he wasn't blocked. Like, he was a free rusher. Yeah, you can't have that.
No.
All right, Gators. Will Fung under shotgun. Going to give it to Styles again. He's met immediately. 2-yard gain, but 78. Guess who? Braxton Caldwell with a solid tackle.
Styles on the carry, gain of 2.
Now, is Caldwell, is he the one that also, he's also a good basketball player? Tall,
He is.
Center.
Yeah, solid basketball player.
Yeah.
Their big guy probably this year. Along with, Sheeny plays down under as well. But
Yeah.
no, good part of their, and again, Eldred will most certainly be a strong basketball team this year. They were so young these past few years. They're only getting stronger. So pitch out to Styles again. He goes left, patiently running. We do have a flag down. He gets out to the first down marker.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, I saw Neely near number 55 on the ground, Jeremiah Ford. I don't know if that's where they're calling the hold.
Holding on Port Allegany.
So it is a hold. Gators will walk back. Score 14-0. 3:41 in the first quarter.
You know, with this offensive line for the Gators, we're used to seeing opposing guys on their backs. I mentioned that stat on Max Preps that they have pancake blocks at 0. I'm going to ask Coach Neal, which is Carson's uncle, after the season, if he can go back and total all those up, because it's been a heck of a season as far as that goes.
We got Kisco way out to the side here at wide receiver. Kaiser, the next receiver. Will Fung in shotgun. Styles goes in motion. He's in the flat. Nice pass to Kaiser. He's wide open over the middle, and he is going to score right up the middle. Big touchdown, Kaiser.
Wow, so 53-yard pass and catch there. Tristan Kaiser, we've always talked about how fast he is, but, man, it looked like he got even faster in those last 15, 20 yards. That was a nice play.
He broke away. He put it to another gear. He really adds something to this team in that pass game when they need it. Big plays from that Tristan Kaiser. It was a nice little play because you almost think they're going to go to Styles' in motion, catches defense's eye. They're kind of watching him. He flares out to the right, and then he just turned back to the middle.
Yeah, and you have to respect Styles on the, coming out to the right there.
Funk nails it. Yep, first extra point tonight for Funk. He gets it. Now 21 for the Gators, 0 for the Terrors in the first quarter, 3:29 to go.
Yeah, Doug, so passing-wise for the Gators, we've been a run-heavy offense, but coming into the game, sophomore Nick Wilfong, 45 for 77, 738 yards passing, 9 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Coaches haven't asked him to, shoulder, too much of the load. I think that's a good way for his progression. made some good throws this year. Probably going to see a little more heaped on his shoulders next year and the year after. But, good sophomore campaign for Nick Wilfong. I really respect the guys down at D9and10sports.com. But in the write-up, they mistakenly have him as Nate Wilfong. So hopefully Nick will let him know after tonight that, it's Nick Wilfong. And
no respect here
don't
in
forget
Fort
it.
Allegany. But Nick, though, I mean, another impressive stat you already mentioned. He's second on the team in tackles, for a quarterback. He also plays corner. It's pretty solid. Good high kick goes to Thomas here. He takes it straight up the middle, breaks to the right. He's got a gap. He's got room. He puts a move on the kicker. You can see why they're dangerous at wide receiver in the return game. Great return for Sheeny Thomas.
Yeah, I think that's, one of the few ways that Otto Eldred is going to be able to have a quick strike here. So if I'm the Gators after seeing that, maybe I'm squib kicking from here on out. Put him if you give it to him at the 35-yard line, 40-yard line, but certainly not let him take it to the house. Those two guys back there are super athletic, and we saw it there with Sheen Thomas.
We'll see if the Eldred Terrors can do something with this great field position. They're at the Gators 47.
So it looks like they have that trips formation here, and they got, two. I guess they're counting on Peyton Styles to maybe cover the inside route. I'm not sure how they have that set up.
Sheeny and Gators showing blitz. Neely just goes. He's pretty sure he saw movement. He's betting they're going to call this a false start.
Yeah, we see that in the pros. If you're a defensive guy, just jump across and point and point at the opponent. He moved.
Well, Gators showed blitz. That might have got somebody to flinch on that Eldred offensive line. Yeah, again, the trips. Gators again show blitz up the middle, and it looks like Eldred may have moved again.
False start again against the Terriers.
Bliss this time with the show of blitz. You have to expect a quick pass from Eldred on that.
Yeah, I haven't seen Otto Eldred play one game this year, but I've seen Sheen Thomas on the basketball court, and if I'm them, I'm throwing a bubble screen to him.
I'm with you, Gary. I mean, it's 2-on-1 out there, and all that green ahead of them. They should be taking those shots. They can't wait to try to make big plays. They're going to run a draw here to App, I believe it is, and he just runs in there. Oh, Gators come out of the pile. Button. He's going for a touchdown. Attaboy. Run it out. He may have had something there. May have been a quick whistle, but they did hold him up, and once forward progress is stopped there.
Yeah.
Going to whistle that.
Maybe he was the only one that knew what actually happened, and the rest of us are all wrong, but
We got a quick look at the instant replay here, and he was definitely down, according to Dave Bartlett. And he is like the ref in the booth, We have that. Another high pass. It looked like kind of a panic throw to App.
Intended for App is incomplete.
So Eldred sending both their backs out quick and just trying to hit those guys, but it's just a rush throw. It looks like McGee might be a little bit.
Yeah, and I was looking at the coverage there. It looked like Capel might have had the middle part of the field. Funk had the deep third. It looks like they have the cornerbacks playing the flats.
So you have a third and extremely long. So here, you can look at a Hail Mary type play. It's not fourth down, but you figure a long throw and possible interception is like a punt in this situation.
Looks like Wilfong's creeping in off the edge.
Quick pass.
Oh, wow.
They were ready for it. Styles was all over that.
Did you see Wilfong creeping in like he was going to blitz? And, he really did. And then they threw the quick one to his side, and he was right there.
Was it Wilfong?
On the play.
That was a great call.
Brings up fourth down and long for the Terriers.
you know, they dared him to do that, do a bubble screen or something, something that.
Gators were ready for that one. So that's, I think Caldwell is the punter, Braxton Caldwell.
Yeah, so a little bit of a trend here with Big Dogs punting. We've got Braylon Button,
He's
number
lineman.
76, punting for us.
Again, not blocked. Carson and Kaiser come through. Just miss on the block. A great bounce for Eldred, though.
Fair punt down at the Gator 32-yard line.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a block punt before the end of the night by the looks of it.
You better block Kaiser with that speed.
Yeah, I don't want to give Otto Eldred the scouting report either, but
They're missing something there.
block Tristan Kaiser. I'd put that on your list.
So with the minute 33 to go in the first quarter, Gators lead 21-0. Both backs over 1,000 now. So 2 wide receivers for the Gators here. Looks like Nick in shotgun. He's got 2 linemen out as wide receivers tight to the formation. Oh, we got a flag here. It's got to be somebody's off the line.
Flag on the play.
I wonder what the play call was going to be there because I just see Wilfong in the backfield. I see Neely and Young.
It's against Eldred. So
Okay.
Eldred lined up off sides. It must have been in the neutral zone.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what happens here because you don't see Styles or Bliss in the backfield.
Yeah, I am wondering where this ball is going to go here, Kerry.
And we probably don't want to run Wilfong.
Actually, okay, yep. Yeah, I do want to see this. Yes,
Okay.
he is. Wilfong is going to run it. And he is met after a short gain, though. And he holds his feet, doesn't go down. Kerry, you guessed it.
Yeah.
On the carry for the Gators.
In a way.
Gain of 3. Second down 2.
It's a good open field tackle, but a positive run for Wilfong. Just showing another wrinkle, I think, Kerry.
Maybe we'll see Neely or Young on a
Same formation.
fly route or something.
This time, yeah. So little pass to Kaiser, just a bit of an overthrow there, but Wilfong had some pressure there.
Yeah, Cole Kisko, I know he's not maybe your typical dangerous deep threat, but he was running untouched down the field. We've seen, I think he caught a 2-point conversion earlier in the season. I don't know if that was a run or a pass, but I think he caught that one. So he's got some hands.
I got to tell you, back in youth football, we had him. He played the line, both sides. And then we got in a game where we were able to put him at back. And nobody could bring him down. He was like Jerome Bettis. It was like, maybe this guy should be running the ball. So Wilfong keeps it here. He's breaking tackles, and he gets the first down.
Wilfong on the carry for the Gators for a first down. Tackle made by Abram Austin.
Abram Austin, senior, with the tackle, 52. Abram's a good kid. He's been playing football since youth for Eldred. And we've got to know him. He actually played soccer over here. Came over from Eldred and played youth soccer back, like 6-year-old soccer. Wilfong fakes a run. Oh, he tried. Yeah, he tried to hit a little kind of a seam route to Styles on a line, and it was just too far ahead. Was that number 2?
Yeah, Manning Splain
Splain makes a big interception for Eldred with 18 seconds to go in the first quarter.
So that swings a little bit of momentum back to Otto Eldred. We'll see if they can strike fast here.
Some interesting play calling in that series, showing some different things. Well, Eldred now with a chance. Shotgun. Gators bringing 4. Nice. Found an opening. Almost intercepted by the Gators. Goes off Manning's hands. That ball is floating. Gators are tipping it around. It hits the ground.
Yes, that was David Shenfield that threw that, right? So is he the quarterback
I actually
now?
didn't see the number. I mean, I like the throw. The receiver's in a spot. There are a lot of Gators there, but the ball was on the money.
Yeah, so number 4, David Shenfield, is the quarterback at the moment.
Eldred mixing it up at QB here. So McGee, where's McGee go? Is McGee still out there at number 1? 4 wide receivers crossing, unblocked. Bliss almost intercepted. And Bliss with a shot on the quarterback. He just gets rid of it. So Bliss is coming free on his blitz.
Third down and 10.
And that was it slipped right through the hands of Yuso Young. Yuso with a memorable interception here a couple weeks ago.
Against Union.
Yep. Yeah, defensively, I was looking at the team stats, and sack-wise, the Gators have 17 sacks, led by Miska Young with 5.5. His brother Yuso Young with 3, and then interceptions, 17 interceptions as a team as well. Jared Funk, Julian Capel, and Kellen Vayu all with 3.
If you're Elder, you want to max protect to give your quarterback time. You have 2 really good wide receivers. You don't have to send 4 into the route. Quick screen to number 13. He is slammed and fumbled it. Hit from behind. That ball just flies out. Gators got it.
Wow, I hope he's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I cringed a little bit when he got hit.
His body snapped forward pretty hard. That's number 13, Dawson Welch, sophomore.
Yeah, but he got crunched from behind by Miska Young.
21-0.
It almost had the look of a tunnel screen a little bit further out to the sideline, and there were a lot of bodies in there, Gators included, and he got hit from behind.
Yeah, Dawson Welch, I believe, is from Oswego Valley. I think I remember him playing basketball. Pretty good athlete.
That's okay. Co-op. What? Get another look at that play. Try to see who made that tackle. Then we'll get a chance to look at scores here as the first quarter has ended. Gators up 21 to Eldred 0, or Otto Eldred, however you want to call it.
Yeah, I think as a fan of District 9 football, you're watching the scoreboard for Central Clarion and Red Bank Valley. Doesn't have any playoff implications, but both come in undefeated, and that's going to be a potential shootout. So we'll see what happens down there. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, we got a chance to look at that replay, and that was Miska who hit him from behind and knocked that ball free. Not the guy I want hit.
No.
From behind. So the Gators now with the ball, they're in shotgun. Capel in motion. Stiles keeps it, works his way outside, patient, running. It's a good 4-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, I think that was Caldwell on the tackle again.
Caldwell stepping up big on tackles for Eldred. You mentioned the Red Bank Clarion game, huge game. I mean, another huge game tonight, I think, is Brockway and Cameron County. Cameron County has a chance to move up with beating a team like Brockway. That's a huge game. It's going to affect the playoff scenario. Stiles on shotgun. He's breaking outside. He's got room. And he is going to score. Tackled into the end zone by number 6.
Oh, they're going to mark him down at the 1, but he landed on his guy and rolled into the end zone. But
that is certainly a touchdown.
They've got a mark down at the 1. Hats off to Jared Funk there. He made a nice block downfield on Manning Splain.
His style breaks outside. Great stiff arm. We're looking at the replay here. That is.
I think he was in by 3 yards.
Clearly a touchdown.
Maybe at some point we'll add instant replay to the broadcast. That'd be pretty cool.
So Styles again in the Wildcat. Bliss off to his side. Styles goes forward, then breaks to the right, and there's nobody there. No white jerseys. Initially he goes forward. His great vision there. Then he pops it to the right, and he's in.
Yeah, he shows his athleticism there. Went to go straight ahead. There's a little hop over to the right. Looked a little bit like Noah Archer there. Noah and Peyton, similar styles. No pun intended.
Yeah, look at that. Yep, we're looking at. I got to stop watching the replay when my viewers can't see it, but gorgeous little move by Styles there. Funk for the extra point. We'll continue to work with this. I mean, next year, almost certainly we'll have replay up and working again in a way we want it to go. Kick is good for Funk. He's 2 for 2 tonight. 2 for 2? Yeah.
Yeah.
Points. We went for 2 the first 2 tries, I think, the first 2 scores.
Yeah, so we were talking about the playoff picture. I'm not sure we exactly know what's going on, but, what do you know about, single A playoff picture?
I mean, it just gets complicated when you try to look at how they're going to value these games against opponents that are in Region 2 and Region 3 and whether or not they do that. But because you look at Region 3 being just, I don't know how to put it, a lot of single A teams versus Region 2 where you're playing quite a few, double A teams. And because after Red Bank and Port Allegany, it's almost wide open. You have Union. They're 5-4. They have a 5-2 record in Region 2. They play Punxsutawney tonight. Then you have Brockway at 6-3. They're 4-3 in Region 2. Now Union beat Brockway, right? So they have that loss. Union. They have a loss to Union.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So that's big in a tiebreaker. Then you have Cowdy with a great record, but they've lost to Brockway. They play Cow Valley tonight. That has no.
That was last night.
They won
that last night.
Okay. So, but a game with a team that has no impact really. If you're giving points for
right, not even in our district. So,
Port, nice tackle there on the kickoff. Was that Capel with the tackle, and then just onward again. I think Cameron County, that game with Brockway tonight can change where Cameron County falls in this playoff picture. They can jump ahead of possibly Coudersport, I would think.
Yeah, Cameron County coming in 7-2.
We'll actually, maybe after this play, we'll get you some scores on what we do have. And then, that's 6 teams right there. Now, Eldred and Keystone, they're your 7 and 8s hanging around. Eldred has a loss to Cameron County, so that's a team that's in this grouping. Keystone's a team. I didn't look hard at them when I was doing the scouting report because I thought they were on the outside looking in, and they are. So Eldred in the shotgun now. Quarterback rolls right. He's going to keep it. Slips up. Gets a few yards. That's Shenfield, that quarterback now. I don't know. Maybe McGee could be injured. Not sure. I haven't seen his number out there. Hunter App coming back in the game. Bringing in the play to, that's 13.
Yeah, I'm trying
to Welch bringing in the play to Shenfield.
Trying to scan the sidelines there to see if we see number 1 Shane McGee. Hopefully he's all right.
Sheeny coming to the line with some bounce in the step.
Yeah, Thomas and Splain on the same side. I don't like that.
His body language tells me this is a go route to Thomas here. He seemed now look at the cornerback way off. Very good. And that's how you probably want to play Thomas.
Flag on the play.
Well, it's difficult with someone like him with his athleticism. You play him back, you throw a quick screen to him, you play up, he hurts your team.
Yeah. False start, though, for Eldred. They really can't have those kind of penalties here.
Second down, 15.
Right on. 10 minutes, 35 seconds carry.
All right, while we have a break here, we'll announce the seniors, or the cheerleaders. Lily Babcock, Willow Babcock, Savannah Hart, Stephanie Alcock, Trinity Hamilton, Serenity Schroll, Kaya Yenser, Mila Senna, Hannah Wirtz, Vanessa Bear, Elena Reinhart, Destiny Jimerson, and Lily Ann Reed.
Eldred and shotgun here. Shenfield throws it high for number 2, Manning Splain. Didn't look like his feet were planted there. He kind of threw off his back foot. Again, pressure coming, though. And Gators are making it hard. They're blitzing. They're trying to get him to get the ball out. and make poor throws. Right now, it's working.
We could probably rewatch every play to find something interesting, but looked like Otto Eldred's running back kind of went behind the quarterback. I don't know what he was doing.
Third and long again. Eldred's been behind the sticks tonight, all night, and that's hard for any team to overcome. Big blitz. Yeah, Bliss coming up the middle. Another just high, kind of, I don't know if it was tipped. It just didn't look like he got all of it. He was trying to go to Thomas, who was double covered on the play.
Yeah, so it looks like the Gators had a 3-man front. They're blitzing Aiden Bliss, so they got 4 coming. They've got 7 back in coverage. That seems to be, what we saw a lot of. They're traditionally a 4-man front, but we've seen them mix it up, do a 3-man front, and blitz some linebackers, so you don't know where they're coming from.
I think those plays they really should be trying on first and second down. Not when it's third and long. The Gators were betting on it. That was almost blocked by Neely. Styles is going to let it go. Manning Splain just touched that ball. That is a live ball. That was a live ball. Eldred touched it. The ball wasn't downed. Styles picks it up and runs it.
Yeah, you have to physically grab it.
The ball has to be down.
You can't just touch it.
But it was whistled dead. Styles was right to return it. You don't always get that call in high school. I don't know what the flag is for. But that ball should be downed by a player. And just Eldred touching it does not down it.
Right.
That's because he ran it back for a touchdown. He wasn't wrong to do that. I can't believe they would call a penalty on Peyton for that right now. It's not. It has to be downed. But the fact that he blew the whistle, the refs might not like the fact, but, Peyton may not hear that whistle. He's playing the game the way it should be played.
Right.
You see this, at the upper level all the time. You see it in the NFL. Guys that know the game, they know the rules. That ball doesn't get touched, downed.
Down, yep. That's
a guy just touching it does not make it down. But the refs can't really change this call at this point. I think that call against Styles is unfair. Yeah, they need to.
Yeah, they should definitely pick up the flag. The fact that they blew the whistle is going to, it's going to negate the run back by Styles. But heads up play by Peyton Styles there. That's what you ask of your.
Flag has been waved off.
Okay, that's the right thing to do. Good call. Regardless, Gators here, good field position, 46-yard line. 10 minutes, 15 seconds to go, second quarter. Gators are up 28-0. Looking to add to the score.
Yeah, not much coverage over the middle of the field deep. So.
Nope, they're going to hand it off, though. Bliss inside, and he's running. He is gone. He's got a number 6, brings him down, but way down the field here.
Yeah, the way Otto Eldred has it played is, they've got the middle of the field open. As far as, against Central Clarion, I'm thinking of that play when Aiden Bliss, ran that seam route, was wide open. We saw the route earlier with Tristan Kaiser wide open. That's a play that they could go back to.
T and Caldwell with the tackle, Kerry.
But the run's working, so.
Another Caldwell with a tackle, but not Braxton. Gators set up well here down in the red zone. Looks like Will Fong in shotgun. He's going to give it to Bliss inside again. He breaks left. There's nobody there. There's no white jersey in sight.
Yeah, so Bliss is being led by Miska Young. Jared Funks has a nice solid block downfield. That's good team football right there.
Yeah, on the play, 32 rushed, and he didn't hit the quarterback or the back on the play. He just ran between them.
So I don't know how the touchdowns break down here. I was going to keep track, and then we got having so much fun that I lost track.
We'll get some scores to you here real quick, too, after the 2-point conversion.
I think that's Wilfong in the backfield. Is that 60?
Levi, okay.
Yep.
Almost certainly going to him here. Yep, they're going to give it to him. There's a lot of Eldred guys waiting for him. Short gain for Levi. He'll get him in there, Levi. And we can go to scores here with
Second quarter, 34-0 Gators.
So the game's 34-0. I'll give you a couple score updates. We got Ridgeway against Brookville, and Brookville's leading that game 6-0 in the second. We've got Central Clarion playing Red Bank tonight. That's the game of the week for D9. And in the second quarter, it is 7-7. We got Hollidaysburg against Du Bois 14-9. Keystone's up 13-8 over Montague. And Karn City's up 6-0 over Mount Union. And Punxsutawney's up 18-0 over Union AC Valley.
Yeah, that's a tough game for Union there. So Union could drop to 5-5, but they're still certainly one of the playoff teams. And having beaten Brockway, that helps them in this playoff quest, depending on how they or whether or not they award style points for level of play. Funk to kick off. Gators with 34 here in the second quarter, 9:27 to go. Here's the kick. Kicking deep again, though, to Splain. It's a deep kick to the 4-yard line. Splain brings it up, breaks left. He's met by two Gators right around the 20 or just shy of the 20.
On the return to the Terrors.
It was a real deep kick.
Yeah, so back to Union AC Valley, we were talking before the game. You know, I saw on D9and10sports.com, Union AC Valley and Keystone are talking about a potential co-op. They presented in front of the District 9 committee on October 19th. I'll try not to complain, but I feel a little conflicted about this. It feels like if you have to co-op out of necessity, it's the only way to keep your program going. That's one thing. That, to me, just doesn't seem – I mean, we saw both those teams. We saw so many talented underclassmen. I don't know what their numbers are, but I don't know. I guess I'm not liking the direction of where things are heading.
Eldred with an inside handoff. I believe that was to that. Check that number. Not
Prince on the carry for the Terrors.
Prince. Jaden Prince, Jr.
Gain of 2, second down.
2-yard gain.
You know,
Yeah, I agree with you, Kerry, because it puts our area in a bit of a jam. There's only so many schools over here. I mean, I guess we've talked about it before, the obvious Smithport-Port Allegany merger. I don't know where we're headed. It's either that or 9-man football, probably. Okay, shotgun for Eldred. Another inside run.
Yeah, you know, and it just feels like that's the way the District 9 wants things to go. The fact that Port Allegany, you know what Port Allegany's co-op is? It's Turtle Point and Rowlett. That's our co-op.
Right on.
And, you know, we've got to go down and play Central Clarion, North Clarion, and Clarion Limestone as one team.
I know it. Right on.
Next year we play St. Mary's, which is a true AAA school, and we have to play Brookville. I just don't see the logic in District 9's thinking that Port Allegany's had a good run, so let's just make them play bigger and bigger schools.
Quick pass to Sheeny, breaks outside. He puts two moves, breaking tackle, spinning, and he's going to get the first down. That's why, Kerry, we're saying get the ball to 3, whether it be short, middle, or long, but get him the ball. 2 inside draws. I was a little bit confused there at where Eldred was going with that, but then finally they get the ball. That needs to be more of a first down play, I think, for them. But
yeah, I'd go right back to that play, and maybe not right now, but the following play, I'd probably go right back to it.
Eventually brought down by Stiles and Bliss. But good game, good moves. Sheeny in the open fields, he's talented. And just as talented as Manning Splain. I'd like to see Eldred get the ball out to him in space.
Yeah, and those two on the same side of the field, that's dangerous. So play
clock is down. Yeah, play clock is down. He didn't get it off. Yep.
Flag on the play.
And let me just button up that conversation I was having there. You know, so if Union AC Valley merges with Keystone, that's 2 teams within Region 2 that were opponents of the Gators this year. So does that mean they go to Region 3, or then you just play a much better team, a combined team? It just feels like the district's trying to make it just one big league and we all play each other, and I don't see the logic in that.
No, you have these mismatches already. Terrible mismatches. Yep, is that Freer that kind of finished him off there? Austin Freer, 79 for the Gators. So,
Second down, 15.
2nd and 15 here after that penalty on Eldred. Again, fighting the sticks. They're behind in down a distance. That is hard to overcome.
Yeah, if I'm Otto Eldred, I go back to that quick screen to Sheen Thomas and have him make a play.
I don't like those inside screens against Port because we're so good inside. You want to really, if you want to beat us, you got to get away from our line. You want to get away from those linebackers. You want to be outside or in the seams. So shotgun. He just looks short, dumps it down to an app, and he's brought down immediately. Yep. Styles with the tackle there.
Loss on the play.
Eldred will have to punt here. 5 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the second quarter.
So I wanted to mention, we talked about Bruce Galford last week we were talking about?
Yeah.
And, ask and you shall receive. Bruce Galford up from Pittsburgh. Got to shake hands with him. I hadn't seen him since I was probably 9 years old. Great to see him make the trip up and cheer on the Gators from the stands here. Yep, he's still down there. Just checking.
Yeah. Bruce and I both played for the late Jerry Stair in junior high football. Ooh, deep throw to Sheen. He's covered well. He's not able to make a play in the ball, but Vayu is. Vayu almost had the interception there.
Yeah, I mentioned, team interceptions. Vayu tied with Funk and Capel for 3 interceptions apiece. Kellen Vayu took one back for a touchdown a couple weeks ago. Almost had another one.
I think I misspoke before. I thought that was 4th down, so I was confused. It's now 4th and 20. You will see a punt here. See if the Gators can block this one. They don't. They just rush 4. That's a short punt, but it's high. But a good Eldred bounce out to the 50. Going to be down this time. He made sure of it. Number 60 laid on it. That was Tyler. That was Tyler, the senior.
Tyler McElhatton.
Okay, thank you, Kerry.
You were kind of pointing at me like pronounce that name.
We get these names gracefully explained to us at the beginning of the game, and my older mind just can't seem to hold on to quick memory anymore. But Kerry here is a lot younger than me.
Yeah, McElhatton, I don't know, Irish, Scottish.
Yeah.
We probably had some ancestors that hung out back in the day, back in the old country.
All right, Gators at midfield in shotgun. They got 4 wide receivers. Man in motion's Kaiser. They give it to him, and he's coming around the end. Hits the seam. He's got a couple guys. He fumbles it, though. Yeah, Manning Splain popped it out. Great run by Kaiser, and that one's got to hurt there. You just have a nice carry. You don't get a lot of carries in the game. You break off a beautiful run, but Manning Splain, good heads-up play. He picked his pocket. How about that?
Yeah, very heads-up play there by Manning Splain, the junior. He's a veteran at this point. He's been playing since 9th grade. He's been a big-time contributor for them. Nice play.
Yeah, an interception for him tonight and a forced fumble and recovery. Solid game, Manning. It was. Kaiser's a solid runner. I could see him next year replacing Styles, in the backfield with Bliss. So with that speed, that'd be quite the combination. But Eldred with a chance now. Quarterback keeper, he runs right into Miska.
Yeah, I haven't talked to the coaches at all,
Young.
outside of this about next year. but I don't know. I don't know if it'll be Tristan Kaiser. I see Kellen Vayu maybe taking that role. I don't know. I mean, they have options, which is a luxury to have. These guys, a lot of our skill guys, with the exception of Peyton Stiles, are all underclassmen. Many of them freshmen and sophomores. I don't think any of the skill guys are juniors. So
it seems like, as long as I've been following, Binkowski over the last few years, they like to work their backs in when they're younger. They work in the wide receiver. They get that time at wide receiver. Then they go to backs. I kind of definitely saw it with Noah his first 2 years wide receiver. Then he was more of a running back. I just assumed, holy smokes, that was almost a lateral. Thomas grabbed that ball about 12 feet in the air.
One-handed, almost one-handed, yeah.
So was he on a blitz there? But he plays corner, doesn't he? That was a good play. Sorry to break off what we were saying, but with the way Binkowski has moved players up through, normally they go to wide receiver before they go to running back. But you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14-7. So Central Clarion just got a score update. Yeah, Central Clarion up 14-7. That's almost half in that game. But what a game that should be.
Got to be a screen.
Wow, Gators coming. Jailhouse. He dumps it, almost intercepted. But, Kerry, back to our point about running backs. Watching Vayu with the ball, he's headed to be running back. He's like outstanding, hard to catch. Can't wait to see him at running back.
Very shifty.
Mm-hmm. Yep, maybe. I don't know. Pretty exciting. Yep. In two solid linemen coming back next year. So Eldred, the punt, almost blocked again. It was touch. Was that Neely? Neely got a hand on it. It went about 15 yards from the spot of the kick here. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on up front, but there's some confusion. And, we've seen Tristan Kaiser come through there twice and Neely come through that time.
They're 44-yard line.
Okay, looks like Wilfong in the shotgun. He's got Stiles behind him. The up back is Bliss. He's going to run it to Stiles inside. They crash in hard, and he's going to lose a yard there.
Lost on the play. Second down, 11.
Yeah, no, Braxton Caldwell helps Peyton Stiles up there after sandwiching him. Nice sportsmanship there. Braxton Caldwell again on the tackle, Kerry. Okay. 453 views tonight. We currently have 193. Thank you, Gator Nation. I know we have some Eldred fans watching too. We thank you for listening in. I apologize if I should be saying Eldred or Otto Eldred. I actually am not sure right now which it is. But the Bliss outside, untouched. He's going up the sideline. Finally brought down around the 10, somewhere around the 10-yard line. That's on the opposite side of the field. Kind of hard to tell, but.
Yeah, Braylon Button was leading the charge there. Good sign when you see your tackle 30 yards downfield just looking for somebody. And Aiden Bliss did a good job of following Button. Great game. Looks like the crowd is filled in a little bit. Like there was a few extra seats at the beginning, but looks like some more people showed up.
I understood last week it was wet, but tonight is a gorgeous night. Wilfong with a nice pass over the middle, touchdown. I think that's Wilfong to hit Wilfong.
No, that was Kisco.
Or Kisco, 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was wide open. Great catch.
Yeah. Good to see the senior.
Yep.
Snag a receiving touchdown.
This is a bullet. Yeah, Wilfong dropped back. He's looking all the way. It's who he wanted, and he's wide open there. They were trying to stay with Kaiser, the hot receiver, and
that's a luxury of being such a run-heavy team. Otto Eldred has to pack the box to try to stop the run, and that opens up the pass.
Absolutely. Yeah, Funk again to kick. Makes another one. 3 for 3.
And the extra point is good. 2:30 remaining in the first half.
2:30 remaining
41-0.
in the second quarter. Gators lead 41-0. Now, not knowing whether you have a bye next week, you know, honestly, it's a game. If you can get your starters out at halftime, that's great. And honestly, it's happened a lot this year. That's why we've been fairly injury-free this year. And I think it's a lot of times these guys are getting just a little over a half a play. They're getting them out. Games are in hand. Seem on paper to be really healthy heading into the postseason.
Yeah, talking about the postseason picture, we're not really sure how it looks. Is it a 6-man? Is it a 6-team bracket? Is it an 8-team bracket? You know, knowing Red Bank Valley is the #1 seed, if you're the 8th seed, you look up at Red Bank Valley and say, well, I don't really want to go through that. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to shake out, but it's always interesting. Last year we saw the upset of Brockway over Red Bank Valley that changed the whole trajectory of things, and certainly helped the Gators. Gators ended up winning the district, and then ended up making it to the Final Four. It was a great run.
Another solid kickoff. This time to Thomas, the dangerous Thomas. He's gutting it up the field. Great vision, breaks it, and then he just drops. I mean, he just drops. That was kind of a scary fall there. I guess he was tackled. I thought his leg gave away for a second. But
Ethan Carbotter with the stop for the Gators.
yeah, we're not getting Cameron County score, which is the game like I'm most interested in with Brockway, because I think that's a game where Cameron County can really make a jump here and maybe get ahead of Coudersport in this seeding.
So did Cameron County beat Coudersport head-to-head?
I know Cameron County beat Union. Cameron County lost to Cowdy, though. So if
Did they?
that's going to be the first tiebreak would be head-to-head, right?
Okay, because they have 2 losses, one of the Gators, and then if we figure out who the other loss was, then
I'm pretty sure it's Coudersport.
is it? Okay.
Trying to figure out who Coudersport lost to. I know they lost to Brockway.
App on the carry for the
So that was a
Terrors.
nice run by Hunter App.
Gators, yep, starters remain out there on defense. 2 minutes to go and ticking. Should be a running clock now. Mercy rule in effect.
Yeah, I see Miska Young out, Austin Freer in. Nice to be able to change some guys out there on the defensive line, keep it fresh.
Gators, yeah, now on the 3-man line, looking at it's kind of call it the Brockway defense.
Yeah, it was very effective against Brockway.
And, and you run against that, and it works. It will work. But when you're down 41-0, and a flag comes in. But one thing about Brockway, though, I think they're very well coached. And they have a way, I think maybe they show things during the season. Them beating Red Bank was tremendous last year. And
Yeah, and this year, Brockway has some speed. I thought, the Gators' game plan against Brockway just worked out great. But when Brockway played Red Bank Valley, they were with them, up until halftime.
15-yard penalty.
another, maybe unsportsmanlike. I didn't see what it was, but 15-yard penalty is one of the bigger ones you get here.
Dave might be able to get on the YDL Sports Network and have Central Clarion and Red Bank on one of those tabs there if he wants.
Shotgun, another handoff. This time he's handled by the Gators defensive line there. But yeah, what I can't figure out about Brockway is their quarterback, and they've been going with him since he was a freshman. Solid quarterback. Does extremely well against man-to-man. But it's what Union showed us last year, and they did it again this year. And then Port Allegany followed that blueprint. It's a 3-man line and flood the lanes. But it's also a zone that you can pick apart, have your wide receiver settle down and be wide open. It seems like Brockway has not figured that out. They lean more on the Jendi Quelo and running against the 3-man line. Good pressure. Quarterback's looking. He throws it out sideways. Seems like he may have been across the scrimmage line, but it was somewhat of a lateral, so maybe a legal play, but he dropped it. We'll see what the The refs just call it incomplete.
Yeah, Braden Fox, he's the talented quarterback for Brockway. Had a rough day against the Gators. I think the Gators had a really good game plan. Like you said, they went with a 3-man front, 4 linebackers. The outside backers kind of, got into dropped into the, like the quick slant zones. We saw Aiden Bliss pick one off, take it back to the house.
Eldred to punt again. This time almost blocked by Freer. That is a short kick, and it takes a bad bounce for Eldred. Gators, with 22 seconds left, they may just choose to down this out here. So, okay, we do have a newspaper that has Brockway up 21-6 on Cameron County. So that's an interesting score. Let's see, Zulkul 76-yard pick 6 for CC though. Cameron County. Fox has 2 TD passes in that game. So still a relatively close game.
Gators will take a knee, and that is the
Gators
end
do
of
take
the
a knee.
first
So
half.
we're going to go to half. We'll
Gators lead it.
we're going to catch the halftime show here. We'll keep the upstairs mic on and the camera, and Carrie and I are going to take a break, but we'll see you in the third quarter.
When darkness falls across the sky, children fear to close their eyes. In their dreams will come a fright, the marching terrors haunt the night. Now entering the field are your Otto Eldred Marching Terrors. The band presents their 2023 show, Night Terror, including Cicada and Fugue, Halloween Theme, Dream On, and Night on Bald Mountain. This year's student leadership includes Drum Major Ellie Yingling and Field Commander Holden Turk. The color guard advisor is Wanda Stebbins, assisted by Danya Neely. The production technician is Amber DeCourt. The band is under the direction of Mr. Cole Palmer. Now sit back and relax as the band brings their own fright to the night. Joe opens with Heartache Tonight and his famous private eagle, followed by Ruby Kind of Love featuring trumpeter Madison Philhart and Elena Palmer. John Bonus, Aiden Clark. The show closes with Happy Together as recorded by the Taylor. The band is under direction of Brad Stewart with assistance from Mr. J.P. Madison. The color guard advisor is Sarah Lindsay, and the drum majors are Larry Madison, Viola, and Newton. Okay, get your pink 50-50 tickets out. The winner will receive $578. And the winning number is 879171. 879171. Please report to the press box to collect your winnings. How's that? Oh my gosh, that's much louder. Yeah, we're good. Everybody hear me over there?
Matt just did something to it. Otto said Otto's complaint because they can't hear anything he's saying over here. But
Testing 1, 2.
Hope you had a good halftime break.
I was going to mention earlier that Tyler Philhart kicked off. Looks like the time prior. He's kicking off now. This looks like the JV kickoff.
Okay, yeah. See some different jerseys out there for the Gators. Nice high kick. Sheeny Thomas here. Dangerous. He runs right into a crowd though, and the Gators aren't having any of it. There's 6 Gators there on the stop. Good kickoff coverage.
Yeah, so this would be a good test for the young Gators. Well, no, looks like they're going with the starting squad.
Eldred in shotgun with 2 backs. Does that little handoff inside, but he's going to be brought down. Hunter App is brought down immediately. 74. Is that Tarbox, I think?
Yep.
He had a hand on the ball, and he pulled him right down.
Yeah, so this would be a good test for the, some of the guys coming back next year to get some extra playing time.
Yeah, and I like the move too. You keep that secondary in there, and maybe with possibly a lesser pass rush, and get these guys some work covering a pass offense.
Yeah,
just get them some more work. Blitz inside. Both linebackers come inside. I think we had a fumble. Gators are on it. Gators blitz, both inside linebackers up the middle.
Yep, that's Gators ball.
You don't see the fumble, but you hear people go, ooh, ooh, ooh. You can hear it all the way up here. And the guys on the sideline see it before we do. And sure enough, Gator landed on it.
Looks like Jake Causer will be running the show here for the Gators. Talked about his performance last week in that JV game against Bradford. They won 28-26. Jake scored all 4 touchdowns, put the team on his back, and had a really great performance.
So beside him, sidecar, is that Ethan Smith, and 44 to the right. Ethan Smith gets carry.
Aiden Smith,
sorry. And
yep.
Brendan Finneker to the right. in the big nasty 44 jersey.
Brings up second down.
Yes, looks like Liam Hoover down here, Aiden Smith. Who's up top there? Colton Crow. Like you said, Feniger in the backfield.
Can't see the far wide receiver. But in shotgun for Causer. He's going to keep it. He goes right up the middle. Long. He's breaking to the right. He's not been touched. And he'll be tackled at the goal line. That's a touchdown.
Jacob Bozzer into the Gator touchdown.
The long striding Causer breaks through the middle of the line, then breaks off to the right.
Yeah, that was a nice athletic play by Jake Causer. Yeah, good for him. That was, what, a 25-yard run.
And the fire trucks are singing.
Yeah, we appreciate our volunteer firemen coming up there, up here doing that, hyping the crowd up. I remember that Red Bank Valley game last year. That was one of the coolest scenes, having that fire truck go off.
Gators now going for two. Causer with a little pitch to, is that Cole? He's kind of jammed up there and stood upright. We couldn't get out of the tackle.
10:06 remaining in the third quarter. The Gators lead it 47-0.
That seems a bit loud now, doesn't it? The PA.
Yeah.
Red Bank has scored in that game. So Clarion at 14, Red Bank at 13. I think they'll be going for maybe the extra point here. That game is in the third quarter, 7 minutes to go. At least the feed we're getting, which is an online feed, that could be behind. They're going for the extra point in that game. Try to keep giving you updates on that one.
Yeah, and I'm happy to see that game played. When we were down in Red Bank Valley, talked to one of their fans, and they said, well, that game may not even happen. And I asked him why, and he said, well, it doesn't really matter as far as, playoff seeding and things like that. But, it's on the schedule. 2 9-0 teams. People want to see what happens. Red Bank Valley with nothing to lose, they probably come in as the underdog. So if they squeak out the victory, that's great for them heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, they have nothing to lose in that game. Clarion has everything to lose playing to quote-unquote single-A football team.
Right.
Nice kick. It's over the head of Sheeny, and that goes into the end zone. Wow.
Yeah. Tyler Philhart with another booming kick.
Wow.
Tyler Philhart with the touchback.
They got maybe a replacement kickoff guy when needed here in the next couple of years. So Gators now 47 points, third quarter. I think it should be mercy rule here. The clock should probably be ticking. .10:06 in the third. We might have to pass that on. Shouldn't we?
Yep, so the Gators with that young secondary, and then Ethan Tarbox with the tackle.
App on the carry for the Terriers. A pair of glasses have been turned into the press box in a early carrying bag. So if you're missing a pair of glasses, we have them up here.
So, Doug, there was a little bit of technical difficulties with the PA microphone. Otto Eldred couldn't hear it on their side, and they turned the volume up, and
we can really hear it on this side.
Can hear them now.
I wonder, is the upstairs mic still on? The upstairs mic still on? Okay. Okay. Well, I was picking up wind.
Michael Eaton on the carry for the Terriers. Brings up third down.
Copy that. Big thanks to Dave helping us out here. He's on top of everything. And he's in my ear. You guys can't hear him. And I have a hard time not answering him on the air. And it makes us look funny sometimes. 8 minutes to go here in the third. It wasn't a bad throw, but the coverage was on the spot.
Yeah, and it's good to see the Gators with subbing down on the defensive line. They're still getting a surge. Tarbox, Alex Smith, Braden Babcock, Jackson Young still getting a surge here. Linebackers look like Gavin Moses, Peyton Yeager, Tyler Philhart. Secondaries, Kellen Vayu, Jared Funk. Is that Nick Wilfong up there?
Capel back to take the punt. It's a high punt, but short. Yep, it's got a Gator bounce. Number 70 picks it up,
Down by
stops the
Colin
damage.
Shreve.
That was Colin Shreve, sophomore.
Hey, so we see a new jersey coming in here. Looks like Henry Troop. He's been out the last few weeks. Senior Henry Troop. 1 touchdown on the year.
Looks like he's going to be in the backfield with Causer. Look to get some carries here for Troop. Causer's going to keep it. Gets back to the line and gets a positive gain. 60's in there
Gain
for
of
Eldred.
1, second down 9.
Tyler. It's Carey's guy, Tyler. McElhatton.
Yeah, McElhatton.
McElhatton. Nice tackle. Aiden Smith in the backfield, back in the next to Causer. Troop on the other side. Jake's a tall kid, isn't he?
He sure is. He sprouted up the last couple years.
He's a heck of a basketball player, too. Aiden's got nowhere to go. Eldred's in the backfield on that play.
Aiden
Looks like
Smith on the
64
carry.
with the tackle.
Charlie
for
Minor
Otto
on the
Eldred.
shot for the Terrors.
Charlie Minor.
Charlie Minard. I know Charlie. Great kid. I know his brother, Doug. His dad. With a successful business. Makes T-shirt.
Oh.
You know Minard.
Oh, okay.
Minard.
Jim.
Yep.
I think Jim's originally from Port Allegany.
Really?
I believe so.
They're really, really good kids. Character, high character. All right, Jake in shotgun. He's going over the seam route. Nice catch. Brought that in with his hands. Coverage was good, but Aiden Smith brings it down. It's good positive yards. Good throw by Jake. Put it on the money.
Yeah, number 30, Jaden Prince, was right there for Otto Eldred, but that was a nice pass by Jake Causer right on the money for Aiden Smith.
So 4th and 1 for the Gators here. They're gonna go for it. They're on the. Are they right about the 25-yard line?
Guessing probably the Jake Causer plunge here. Just pick a hole and get that yard. Get a fresh set of downs.
Gary, you called it. Eldred, though, played it tough, and I think he might be short. Eldred, they were ready for that. 30 got in there pretty quick for Otto. That was Jaden Prince. Yeah, we called that number quite a bit, Jaden Prince. He's a junior. Outside linebacker. They're going to measure? Oh, it's Otto's ball. They're not measuring.
Yeah, looks like some fresh bodies out here for Port Allegany. Secondary left to right is Bradley Stilson, Colin Abeldinger, Valen McFall, Liam Hoover. Linebackers, Henry Troop, looks like Peyton Yeager, and Tyler Philhart. Same front four, Ethan Tarbox, Braden Babcock, Alex Smith, Jackson Young.
Eldred, I think, remains the same. I don't see Sheen Thomas. Oh,
Yeah,
here he is. He's on the near side. So him and Splain on the same side. App with the carry to the left side. He's got room, and he just gets tripped up there. He was headed for a first down and more. Gator tackler tripped up his feet. Otto Eldred here looking to, get on the board here. Put together a sustaining drive, get some first downs. Clock's ticking, 4 minutes and down in the third quarter here in the swamp, which isn't much of a swamp. The field is in great condition tonight.
Yeah, it really is.
Typically late October, it's closer to a true swamp. Last week it was wet, but it I mean, it was a slippery
That's
field,
enough
but
for a first
it
down.
wasn't terrible. You know, it wasn't a muddy mess like some Octobers.
Yeah.
And hopefully the Gators can get a home playoff game here next week, and we'll just be waiting to get all these teams sorted out and find out who's even going. Is it 6 teams? Is it 8 teams? Eldred now looking downfield. He puts it high. Sheeney's wide open, but he kind of hangs it up. Sheeney breaks a tackle, though, and he's going to break away. He's going to break away. Sheeney Thomas.
Ray Sheen
Yeah.
Thomas.
It was kind of a
First
high
down
throw.
touchdown.
The safety came over and put a shot on him, but Sheeney just shed it off. I thought he did a fine job of breaking that tackle, and then he just ran away from the defenders.
Yeah, that was a nice catch by Sheen Thomas. Shows his athleticism there, takes it to the house. Thought the Gator tackler had an opportunity to bring him down, and I'll probably talk to him in the car after the game about that. So
Look at to his defense, Kerry. That Sheeney, he's a fast player.
Oh, yeah.
A long strider. He might have had a chance early, and then Sheeney just kind of broke away. But the safety really has to make that tackle there. Little outside run to App, and he's going to walk in on the left side for a 2-point conversion.
Hunter App in for the 2-point conversion.
Eldred showing some life here.
3:14 remains in the third quarter. Gators lead it 47-8.
Gators continue to lead 47 to Otto Eldred's 8. But Eldred showing some life here in a big play, a big splash play from Shenfield to Sheeney Thomas. Outstanding.
Yeah, Doug, I was thinking, heading into this game, this appears that it's going to be the Gators' 8th victory of the season, 8-2 heading into the postseason. I don't know how the season ends up. We've been fortunate to make the Final Four in the state twice in the last, 12 years or so. That's a great accomplishment. But, for this team, to have 8 wins, I thought back to my own career. I had, our teams had, in 3 years, we had 9 wins. This team has 8, and they're probably going to exceed, 9. So, I just hope that, whether we make it to the Final Four or not, this has been a really great season for the Gators. Hoping for more, similar to them, coming down the road. But, to get to the Final Four, that's something that doesn't happen very often. But, we celebrate the team from last year. We celebrate the team from, I think, 2012 it was. Maybe it was 11. I don't know. They're all blending together.
I hear you, brother. Nice high kick from Eldred, Otto Eldred here. Is that Crow? Outstanding run right up the middle. You got one man to beat. Number 20 brings him down, but Colton Crow took off like a bolt. And he looked like he knew where he wanted to go, and he got there quick. Great job, Colton Crow.
Yeah, number 20, Carter Wolf with the touchdown-saving tackle. I didn't know Colton Crow was that fast. That was a nice run.
He looked absolutely determined on that play. It was a really nice run back for Colton. Good for him. Yeah, Kerry, I agree. No matter what happens this year, this season will be remembered for, outstanding line play and really great defense. 2,000-yard running backs. And there really weren't many close games at all.
Yeah.
I mean, when they beat somebody, they beat him thoroughly. And they're not done. Okay, we got 24. Jake's looking for something. He cuts it back. He's going to be tackled by two auto players here. I'm looking to get the number of the main tackler. Turn your back. 55 made the tackle for Otto. Jeremiah Ford. I haven't called that name tonight. That was jammed up on the right side, and Causer tried to break it back. Eldred had good pursuit to the front, too. Yeah, so Central Clarion hanging on to a 21-14 over Red Bank. Tight formation here. Jake's going to throw. He's got a man. Overthrows Crow over the middle. Crow was open. He had a couple of safeties over top of him, but
brings up third down.
there was a chance there to catch and run and keep that one going.
Yeah, so back to that Central Clarion Red Bank score. You know, hats off to Red Bank to hold Clarion to only 21 so far. I mean, I know the game's not over. Central Clarion leading the state in scoring, over 60 a game. You know, they're a high-powered offense led by Jace Ferguson.
Tight formation again with one wide receiver out to the right. Jake's trying to get out, but outstanding line.
Father is hitting the backfield
Great
for a
play
big
by
loss.
32 of
Tackled by
Otto.
Devin Kimball.
Devin Kimball.
Brings up 4th down for the Gators.
Causer tried to get outside there, and Kimball was having none of it. Good tackle on a much taller player. Brought him down. So 50 seconds and counting down here in the 3rd quarter.
So Ethan Tarbox to punt for the Gators.
Sheeney's back deep. Sheeney
I
Thomas.
would say don't punt it to him.
No. Ooh, 55 came through there. Sheeney got it. Now quick cuts. Now he works back to this side towards us. He's got room. Trying to get outside. He's going to be tackled from behind
Thomas on the return.
by Phil Hart, I think, 58.
Yep,
Back down
Tyler
by
Philhart with the
Tyler
tackle.
Philhart.
Nice job by Phil Hart there. The Gators had kind of closed the line off, but he came from behind. Nice job by Thomas, though, breaking it back across. That's when you see your big plays. You know, everybody's going one way, and then the back that cuts it back, that has the speed to hit the corner. It's when you see your big plays in the punt return game and the kickoff game.
Yeah, so it looks like Thomas and Splain are still in here on this side. Number 13, Dawson Welch up top. Not sure who's in the slot there.
Yeah, Shenfield remains at quarterback. We haven't seen McGee come back in the game. Now App has an inside run. He gets his feet taken out from under him by Causer.
App on the carry. And that marks the end.
Pretty
of the
short
3rd
game.
quarter.
That is the end of the 3rd quarter. Gators lead 47 to 8. So I'm looking for another score update maybe on the Brockway Cameron County game. We weren't getting great updates on computer. Still 21-6 on that one.
Yeah, I'll see if
But
Lori has an
that's a
update.
2nd quarter score. You know, they're down in that valley, and it's hard to get the.
This will give us a score update on Brockway, Cameron County.
Cheerleaders getting the crowd fired up. We need to get that playoff crowd atmosphere going. If you can get a home playoff game, that's a big deal, and the crowd needs to make it known for the opponent where they're at.
Well, I'll squeeze a story in here real quick. Lori said Jim Minard is a PAHS 86 graduate.
86.
And she said he would probably make sure to point out that he's from Rowlett. You know, I did think he was from Rowlett. I'm from Turtle Point. You know, Rowlett. You know, Rowlett people seem to emphasize the fact that they're from Rowlett. My wife's from Rowlett. You know, it's a lovely. What do they call it? A village? Is it a village up there?
It's a big village. I mean, bigger than the village of Turtle Point.
Yeah.
I am also from Turtle Point, Carrie, or grew up there. Short run for App again out of the draw. Gets a few yards.
App on
So you're
the
from
carry.
Turtle Point as well.
I
mean,
grew up in Turtle Point.
What are the odds? You know, two Turtle Point kids.
I know, it's a little village, but it pumps out the
3rd down 7.
legends. Or something. Yeah, actually, I was born in Syracuse. We moved to Turtle Point when I was 4. How my mom ever picked Turtle Point, I have no idea. Maybe she just looked for a cool name. Said, let's go live there.
I mean, it's a cool
What
name.
else is
so.
there? Maybe Carlson Store drew
Yeah.
her in.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great place that is, though, by
Yeah,
the
it
way.
is.
Historic. It's a piece of, I love it. Love the creak of the floor. Ooh, a nice little play that almost looked impromptu. I think it was planned, but Shenfield looked a little shaky, but then he pitched it out.
Shenfield pass complete to App.
Looks to be short of the first down. Nice play, though, by
First down.
Shenfield.
Yeah, Hunter App almost gets the first down there. Looks like it's going to be 4th and short.
Bring up 4th and short.
Not a bad idea under good pressure to have a back that's kind of floating around, you know, to get it get it out of that quarterback's hands when everybody's going towards the quarterback on the rush. Roethlisberger was always great at that.
Yeah.
Escape that rush, flip it to the guy hanging out. So shotgun, 2 backs stay in for pass protection. Again, I think it's a great idea. That's a first down. Now, that's what I expected more from Eldred in the beginning of the game is both those backs, rather than flaring them out, keep them in for pass protection. The Gators were blitzing inside linebackers.
Yeah.
I think they could have had some chance at some big plays with their outside receivers, but But hindsight's always 20/20, Kerry. Okay, Brockway now, 28-6, 5:37 left to go in that third quarter. Brockway's kind of running away with it here. Hey, nice play here by Eldred.
App on the carry for the Terrors.
Who's on the chain gang tonight? They just got it up close and personal with the players. That's why you do chain gang. You know, you want to be part of the action. Sometimes you literally are.
Yeah, we think we've got a great view up here. They've got they got a great view down there. Get to hear the coaching staff from Otto Eldred.
I think that's why I've never done it. I just could not handle being on the opponent's side. My mouth get away from me. All right, shotgun again, 2 backs. We'll see if they stay in. Nope, it's a fake run to the left. Shenfield keeps it, but the Gators aren't fooled there. That's
Sheffield
great defensive play. Guys staying home on that. They didn't overrun the fake inside. They stayed home.
Down.
It's good coaching, good play.
You know, so back to Rowlett, I was just, sparked something in my brain. I was always told that back when Rowlett was, Rowlett used to have its own school, and supposedly, Rowlett, it was talked about Rowlett going to Countersport, and Countersport said no thanks. So that's how Rowlett ended up with Port Allegany.
Prince with the carry. Oh, it was almost stripped. He gets a short game, but not enough. They'll have to go for it here, I'm sure. But Kerry, I remember I was in probably 3rd or 4th grade when that school closed, and those kids came over and started coming to Port, and I have some really, really good friends that came over. I'll throw a few names up that I can think of. The late, April Winans, a close friend of mine. She was in all my classes. Nate Goodrich, good friend of mine. And Dana Conley.
I used to work paved driveways with Dana Conley.
Really?
He's one of a kind.
I love Dana. He was a good guy. He would do anything for me. Ooh, I think a couple players false started there for Eldred, but big Dana. He was a big guy. He supposedly, a legendary story, the guy lifted engines out of cars at will.
I can see that.
Offsides on the Gators.
So if I have that story incorrect about Rowlett, I'm sure there's somebody listening that can correct me. Please send me a text if you.
What, the Countersport?
Yeah,
as far as I'm saying no?
Yeah, that's what I was always told. And think about some of the great athletes we've had through the years from Rowlett. Holy smokes.
Yeah. Well, Isaac Greeley.
Yeah,
I
Dick
believe
Sherwood.
He would have been Rowlett, right? Those guys lived over that way. Eric Sowers, did he also maybe go to Rowlett? Here's Hunter App, showing great patience. And he works himself out down and around to the 24. Eldred moving the ball well here.
Gain of 9,
7 minutes
second down 1.
and counting. The 4th quarter. Eldred looking for another score here. In all likelihood, this is Eldred's last game of the season.
Yeah, I asked Coach Roundsville before the game. I said, "You guys are 6-3. What are you guys thinking about playoffs?" And he said, truly, they were on the fence and just weren't sure what their plans were.
Shemfield to Jaden Prince, who nice solid run up, should have a first down. Well,
Prince on the carry.
easily.
That's enough
I'll
for a
squeeze,
Terror
since
first
I like
down.
to tell stories, I'll squeeze in a quick Turtle Point story. I was talking with somebody yesterday about my grandfather, my personal hero. For people that know my family, I grew up on Long Hollow Road on the family farm. And I remember talking to him about playing football. And he said that, after school, so he lived in Turtle Point. After school, he'd go to a friend's house, and he had to walk home to Turtle Point, and he had a decision once he got to Birch Run. If he went over the hill, he knew he wasn't getting a ride, and if
App with a loss on that run.
he walked the main road, he may get a ride, may be able to
It is a
hitchhike.
lot longer walk
Yeah,
if
so
he takes the main.
so you hear those stories about walking uphill, both ways, and snowing. I mean, that was some dedication to play Gator football back in the day.
You lived up Long Hollow?
Yeah, second on the left.
I pretty much grew up Long Hollow with Mike Causer. I was good friends with him.
Yep.
Spent a lot of summers riding four-wheeler up there and fishing the little creeks, Okay, we got a nice pass to Sheeny in the flat, and he's going to break it upfield. Runs into a host of Gators, but he's fighting. A heck of a job by Thomas. Thomas has not stopped his effort in this game. It's really close to a first. They're going to call it 3rd and 2. It looks like. Not an easy play for a wide receiver to fight through, linebackers, safeties, corners. He pumped his legs and squirmed through there.
Yeah, and I know if you're Otto Eldred, you want to get another touchdown here. Getting into double digits, just feels better.
Number 9 with the carry. We haven't called that number. Michael Eaton, freshman.
Eaton, the ball carrier.
That's a no gain, so 4th and short.
Brings up 4th down.
Yeah, I was hoping I would get a text message here from someone from Rowlett. It says Bev here, and yes, that is what I was always told, was that, Rowlett was going to go to Coudersport originally, and thankfully they ended up in Port Allegany, and the rest is history, as they say.
So then Coudersport said, all right, we'll take Austin.
Yeah,
In a
for football.
co-op, right?
Yep.
Uh-oh. We got the ball on the ground. That's a fumble. Ball still bumbling, stumbling. And the great Chris Berman.
The ball fumbled.
That was a lineman's dream right there.
The ball's getting punched around. They're probably thinking, I want to pick that up and run it.
Yeah, the coaches always tell you, just dive on it. But, man, that's your eyes are getting big. This is my chance.
3 minutes, 58 seconds. Change of possession here.
Henry Troop on the
Sorry?
carry for the Gator.
Just laugh for no reason, but Kerry has one more story, I think.
I'll see if I can squeeze it in here during a
If you
break.
follow the NFL, you almost certainly can feel it coming.
Yeah, I don't want to talk over the play, but Taylor Swift has been all the rage, dating Travis Kelce, so you see her face. Every NFL game you watch, they're talking about her, they're playing her music. I'll hold the story over to after this play.
Okay, Causer in shotgun. He's going to keep it. He's coming out to the right side, but he gets tackled hard there. Good, Eldred picking him up there. Great sportsmanship from Eldred. That was number 76.
How about a round of applause for the cheerleaders and marching band
Eric Gray.
tonight?
So this is one of those did you know. My buddy Jason Phipps, he's in the process of buying the brew bank down in Ridgeway. It's the only microbrewery in Elk County. Taylor Swift's great-grandfather, he worked there. Their family was from Ridgeway, and there's some relatives buried there. So kind of a cool little connection to the area.
I knew she had ties to Pennsylvania. She is from Pennsylvania herself, right? Jake looking to throw there. He gets hit from behind and fumbles it. Troop's got a chance to get it. Troop gets it. Troop out hustles two Auto players and comes up with that. Good hustle. Was that Troop? That's not Troop. 67.
That was Braden Babcock. So,
Okay,
Jake Causer,
big hustle Babcock.
Causer using his athleticism to try to make a play there. Just too much time had passed. You either got to throw it away or tuck it and run.
Yeah, he has no idea that pressure coming from the backside. Quarterbacks do, that's when they fumble. They're trying to make something happen. They get hit on that throwing arm side, and the ball just pops out.
Yeah, so Tarbox back to kick again. Who's back to receive? Number 14?
He is extremely shallow, Kerry. Okay, now he's backing up, but I thought he was way too shallow for a punt. But maybe they were expecting this. that. Maybe the punt returner, he was expecting a punt of that type.
Ethan is one of the nicest kids I know. I coached him in multiple sports and really enjoy him to this day. But that might be one he'd like to take back.
That must have hit the side of his foot. He actually ran it down and looked like he was thinking about going and picking it up.
Yeah, I'll squeeze this other quick story in there, not to belabor the point with Taylor Swift, but since she is the talk of the town in NFL, my brother lives down in southeastern Pennsylvania, and that's where she ended up. That family ended up, moving out of Elk County and down to that area. Her grandparents or great-grandparents, whatever it was. I don't know the whole family history. But my brother's in-laws looked at a house that Taylor Swift's parents owned, and they, went down to the basement, saw they had a stage sound system set up. Taylor Swift had signed some different things, and I said to my brother, man, if they had bought that, they could have made a lot of money on tours and stuff.
Yeah, Eldred's choosing to down it here. So that's going to be it. But before we do cut out, it's obvious, Gary, you are a Taylor Swift fan. You can just say it.
I was like, how do I squeeze those stories in there without appearing like a Swiftie?
How can you not be? Holy smokes. Well, that's the ball game. That's the end of the regular season for the Gators here. I want to thank Dave Bartlett, Dan Funk, and again, Carrie Hauver for working this game. It's all volunteer work, but it's a good time. And hopefully we'll be seeing you guys next week from here, but we don't know that yet.
Yeah, we don't know what to expect. We'll wait to see who opts into the playoffs. So we'll see how the seeding goes. And, hopefully we're back here for a home game and look forward to sitting next to you doing this all over.